Listen closely. The college student's wild practice here, monster eyes behind the mirror bursting. Lisa picks up a mysterious tape. There's a screening gallery upstairs. Nicole excitedly fixed the antique projector, only to see a hospital horror documentary. At midnight, Nicole, unable to sleep, patrolled with a flashlight and met the missing person in the hallway. She called out twice, but the guy acted deaf. From his clothes, she figured it was Porter from next door. Nicole thought, okay, time for a little push. She gave him a nudge and realized Porter had turned into a cold corpse. Guessed that push was a bit *2*. Subtitles. Nicole called out once more, but there was absolutely no response. She began to wonder if giving him a little push would bring him back to life. However, Porter's clothes also appeared to have decreased Vincent's life points. And just like that, Vincent paid the price for his follies. Talk about paying high tuition fees. The next morning, Laura realized her boyfriend hadn't returned, so she rushed to find him. Lisa confidently said, Vincent is definitely playing hide and seek again. Just then, Black Rose ran back, saying she was playing bridge with Caitlin last night. But poof, a grown person vanished. They decided to split up. One group explored the basement and found some torture tools ready for the ultimate game. This place looked more like a torture chamber than a hospital, and their future show might just star them. The following day, Nicole walked along Vincent's trail. Upon seeing the bloodstains on the glass, Nicole became alert and asked, Is it alright if I stay here? I'll check it out. Do you think it's Vincent? She said, her eyes glinting with mischief. Suddenly, a creepy noise came from downstairs. Laura, ahead, jumped in fright, spotting an odd figure with her boyfriend's corpse. Luckily, she reacted fast and wasn't detected. Then ***. The monster tossed her boyfriend onto the table. At this moment, the two groups finally met. Nicole prepared to tell everyone what she saw, but Laura suddenly dashed out, shouting, Does this look like Porter's sleeve? Yes, it was Porter's sleeve. Lisa went up to check, but when she unwrapped it, surprise. It was Vincent's head. She was panicking. This is bad. It's now a supplement. Not to mention that, in the midst of the chaos, the blonde girl was hung up, while her boyfriend wore a gloomy expression. He had clearly gone in the wrong direction. Tried to pull her down, but split her in half. Everyone nearly wet themselves. They scrambled to escape, but at a critical moment, the snowmobile mysteriously failed to talk about a snow job. Turns out, these monsters were naughty, pulled out the ignition, and found Shizuka Proskira in the trunk. She decided to snowboard out for help, but the fresh snow couldn't hold her weight, so she trudged forward with all her might. The remaining folks returned to the director's office, the supposed safest spot in the hospital. Little did they know, it was more like a prison. At this point, Nicole found the Mo brothers' files and understood why no patients were in the hospital. Turns out they had devoured them all. Definitely time for a menu change. Sensing danger, they recalled the sharp tools in the basement and sent 2 boys and Black Rose to fetch weapons. However, shortly after they left, they were met with a power drill piercing through the steel door. How trendy. This squad finally secured weapons at the armory, each armed and ready to leave. Just then, Nicole spotted a long-handled weapon. Her eyes lit up with joy. Grab it now. 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 Take it now. Take it now. Take it now. Grab it. Grab it. Take it. Take it right now. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. However, when they followed the sound, Nicole had already been whisked away. Goodbye. As a consequence, the second brother ended up getting his finger trapped, which left the 3 brothers utterly astounded and staring in shock. During their escape, Laura sealed their route with an oil lamp. What a mess. This was all a trap set by Alicia. When the patients got scared, they would always run back to where they thought was safe. Subtitles. Color thought to himself, don't let them get away. If it can be burned down, then I can also exact my revenge. But just as he was about to act, Alicia stopped him, holding his head and saying, saving is also a life, we can't kill. They had to take turns guarding the door. The first shift was Keller, who had just lost his girlfriend and passed out in an instant. Subtitles. At this moment, the hairpin left behind by the female doctor still remained, and his tragic fate was easy to foresee. Alicia headed for his second shift, but the lights went out in the hallway, causing panic. With a guilty conscience, he hurriedly ran back to the office and roused the sisters from their sleep, exclaiming, "We have to wait until morning." What do you all think? If we survive until then, we need to give them another chance. No sooner had he said that than footsteps echoed in the hallway. Did you hear that? I need to check. Keller has been taken out. The group rushed out and unloaded on the creature. Shoot him. Shoot him.